Now what we do in this 1 year program is very difficult to say in 5-10 minutes. But yeah, we help entrepreneurs do business on their own terms, is what we can say in one sentence. And in a sense, entrepreneurs are like magicians. They are the ones who can really use their brilliant ideas, put them into practice, and manifest and create something new. In the process, do lots of good things for this world. Explore their potential, earn good amount of money, give employment to several other people, contribute positively to the world, and make this world finally a better place to live in. Entrepreneurs are people who believe things can happen, and they show direction to people who don't believe things can happen. Let me share with you a wonderful story, and we'll straight away head into your graduation. It's a very nice story on what beliefs can do. I had read it long time ago. You know, there was this small little school and they had their graduation ceremony. And the students' union was assigned the job of deciding whom they are going to call the chief guest. So they decided they are going to call the priest in the church nearby, who was supposed to be the most respected man in the whole locality. And they said, let's call him as the chief guest. So the president of the students' union went there, gave a formal invitation. The person came there, and the whole ceremony went off very nicely. At the end of the ceremony, they were having dinner and drinks, and most of the students were gathered around the Pope, the priest, and they were having a discussion. Slowly and slowly the discussion veered towards how the world is going to look like in the next 50 years. What changes will be there in the world in the next 50 years? So they asked the priest, you are the most learned man here, so you tell us, sir, how will the world change in the next 50 years? The priest said, no, let me give chance first to the youngsters. Let your president start with his views. Then I would give mine. So everybody, the head turned toward the young man. It was the president's turn to speak, and he said, well, I look at the world very optimistically. I think next 50 years things are going to change quite a lot. Anything can happen, sir, anything can happen. You know, with this young generation and with our minds, we can change the whole world upside down. We can see human beings fly. Of course, this is a very old story. We didn't have aeroplanes those times. So a day will come when we can fly like birds. And the priest started smiling. You know, it was like a wise man type of smile. And looking at the priest, even two students started smiling and they started ridiculing. And the young man still persisted. He said, sir, why not? Why are you ridiculing? I feel one day we can fly like birds. It's possible, sir. And then they asked the priest, sir, what do you have to say on this? He said, that's what about young people I don't like, you know. I mean, optimism is right, but brashness and arrogance is not. I think God has made the world exactly the way it should be. And if you say that you want to change things which God has not done, it's like you're questioning and challenging God. God wanted birds to fly, so they fly. God didn't want humans to fly, so we don't have wings. If God wanted we to fly, He would have given us wings. So I don't think much is going to change in the next 50 years. Yeah, here and there you may make some changes, but basically the basics won't change. The world will remain as it is. I don't think humans can fly and all that. That's sort of big ridiculous joke. Such changes cannot happen because it's not God's will. Well, we all know who was right. We have the aeroplanes today. And who invented the aeroplanes? The Wright brothers. We all know that. Probably what we don't know is the Wright brothers were the sons of the same priest. Yeah, this is a true story. It was their own dad who said something like this cannot happen. And his own sons went on to invent the aeroplane, which made human beings fly like birds. So I feel Anything can happen. And I think, as per my information, the electric bulb was invented by Thomas Edison, right? And Thomas Edison formed the General Electric Company, if I am not mistaken. He was a great scientist, but he had failed as an entrepreneur. He was not a great entrepreneur. He could not run the company well. It had somebody else to take over and run the company for him. So great ideas have their places, scientists have their place, but to manifest those ideas, and so that those ideas to reach a common man or to the general larger masses of the society, it takes an entrepreneur to do it. And so we feel entrepreneurs are magical. And today we are going to invite a few more entrepreneurs in this family. And don't go by the numbers, because one entrepreneur can change lives of thousands of people. Not only lives, I feel an entrepreneur shapes the belief systems of a lot of people. An entrepreneur who fails discourages so many other people never to go into business. A corrupt, successful entrepreneur influences so many other people to be corrupt. An ethical, upright, successful entrepreneur inspires so many others to be honest, to be successful, and to change the world in a positive way. And Business Plus V2 is a small attempt by us to help people become ethical, honest, successful entrepreneurs.